All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a good one. So, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Stereo Laseg. I have been on this journey for about 6 months now. I have went from working in a cubicle in a corporate office to now living in Colombia, working online full time, having the best physique possible, and it's all due to the system I'm about to explain to you guys right now. So, you already know what you need to do. You've known for a while. You have all the information at your disposal at any time. You can reach this information, but you are not doing what you know you're supposed to do. And the problem here is that by not doing it, you are starting to not believe in yourself. You're losing self trust in your own self that every single time you say you're going to do something, you're not going to follow through. So that's what we're here to fix, right? So you can already read it. You already know what to do. You already know what you need to do. You've known for a while. The problem is information. The problem is you keep not doing. The problem is you keep not doing it. All right. So let's get into it. La, 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 la. All right. So like I said, 6 months ago, I was in a cubicle. I was in a job that I was dreading. I didn't want to wake up. Like it was so hard for me to wake up. Like and people, you can look at my Instagram right now, and you can say if you go to my Instagram, you can see my story highlights and everything like that. You see that I'm waking up at 4 o'clock, going to the gym at 5 o'clock every single morning. But before I even had the ambition to start something, like I could not wake myself up because I hated going to work. I hated the constant go to work, get home, change, go to the gym, come home, eat dinner, go to sleep, and then it's just repeat, repeat, repeat. Like I was having a body that I wasn't proud of. I was having a job that I wasn't proud of, and I just kept delaying the plan of me actually starting a business, of me actually starting something that I actually wanted to do. So today I'm filming in Medellin, Colombia. I'm running a coaching business. I'm in the best shape of my life. I'm on my own schedule. So right now I'm going to show you guys. This is the Why Not You 12-week identity shift. Let's begin. Let's move this over for you guys. So the real problem is not laziness, right? So most programs, right? They they say it's a discipline problem. Now I've come to find out that it's not, right? So you buy the program, you follow the plan, and you realize, okay, they say it's a discipline problem, but I came to realization it's not a discipline problem because you have discipline doing certain things. So what is it? Like what is the true cause, right? The cause is it's an identity problem. You've accumulated so many evidence of starting and stopping that you no longer trust yourself. Right? Every restart reconfirms that the story that I'm someone who quits. So I'm someone who quits, right? So we don't fix the habits. We erase the story, right? We're going to erase that story. We're going to erase and completely remove all that negative self limiting beliefs and everything that's holding you back right now. That's not going to let you get to where you want to be right now. Da, da, da. All right, so this is for you if you know exactly what to do, you just don't do it. You know exactly what business you need to start. You know exactly what job you need to go after. You know exactly how many times you need to go to the gym. You know exactly what you need to eat, but you're not doing it. This is for you. If you start every Monday and negotiate by Thursday, this is for you. If you restart the same goal more than 3 times, I'm looking at you because I've been you. I've been you. I've always said I was going to start something and I never started. Or I started and I restart, and I start, and I restart, and I start, and I restart. And I used to do like 75 hard all the time. I used to try to do monk mode all the time. I used to try to do all types of stupidity. I tried a marathon one time, like two, 3 times now. But finally, I'm at a point where my identity aligns to the fact that if I say I'm going to do something, it's going to be done. Right now, I'm doing a 1 through 90. I just got here to Medellin, so I'm doing 1 through 90, and we're just going to freaking work our asses off because our life depends on it, right? So this is for you. If you feel like you're living below what you're capable of, it's. I hope the win is not that bad, but it's crazy what happens when you because I know a lot of people who have a lot of potential, yet they waste it. They waste it and waste it and waste it, and you're wondering like, what the fuck are you doing with your life, right? This is for you. If you're tired of being the most self-aware person in the room who makes the least change, I when I was working at this freaking corporate job, I'll tell you this. When I was working at this corporate job, I'm sitting there and I'm hearing all these conversations and I'm like, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. Like, and the people used to walk by and they're like, "Theory, you don't seem like you're supposed to be here." And I was like, you're correct. I'm not supposed to be here. right? I'm supposed to be out here living my good life. Like before I was in my corporate job, I was making like $10,000 to $20,000 a month in car sales. Now I'm working a corporate job in a freaking cubicle. Like, how did my life turn that way? And then when I was working there for like about a year and a half, and I was like, wait, what? How did I get here? And it's crazy to me because people don't realize that they're drifting, right? If you ever read the Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, you realize most people are drifting in life. Most people are drifting in life, and it's up to you if you want to decide that you're tired of that. If you actually want to claim your identity, you want to claim your life, and you want to claim doing the things that you know you're supposed to do, but you haven't been doing. So let's get into it. So the gap. So where you are, where we're going, right? So on the left is where most of the men who come to me are starting. On the right is where they are week 12. Now, the difference isn't the program, it's the identity. And once you can grasp your head around that, it's not the program because every program technically works, right? It's just you don't work. Every program works because if someone has achieved it before you, that means it can be done. It's just you don't work. So every program works, you just don't work, right? So let's get into it. Look at all these, this pull down. So the 12-week identity shift, right? This system runs in 6 phases, right? Each one is deliberately sequenced to dismantle who you've been and install who you're becoming. This isn't a fitness program, right? It's a complete operating system rebuilt. The body transformation is the visible evidence of that, but it's not a fitness program. I want you to be very clear. This is not a fitness program. It's not like, oh, let me track my calories and all that stuff. No. We're going to get sexy because that's part of the process. Fitness is the foundation, the building blocks of what was need to be done. That's the evidence that's required for us to see in reality, right? Because it's one thing changing inside here, but if people can't see outside, it's like you start to lose faith. But when you start to see the progress out here, you know something's happening here as well. And that's the beauty because all that hard work, determination that you're putting into, that's what's going to get you to really change the identity, become the version that you want to be. Now, I'm so passionate about this because this is what I had to do to get myself from point A to point B. And I know most people want to get out of that point A. Most people want to get out of that position where they are in life right now and become the version that they are in their head. Not the version in reality right now, but the one inside their head. Change that identity. So this is week 1 and 2. So we don't start with a workout. We start with honesty. I'll show you exactly where the self-trust is leaking. And most men are surprised about what we found. Usually we're realizing that there's a lot of gaps. There's a lot of bullshit y'all doing. And you keep saying to yourself and keep on repeat about what y'all say y'all doing, but y'all not doing what y'all say y'all doing. So we're gonna call all the BS. This is not I'm gonna hold your hand. This is I'm gonna call you out on your bullshit. I'm gonna call you on your bullshit because I needed that, and unfortunately, I didn't have that person to call me out on my own bullshit. So I had to find myself. I had to write myself, dear diary. Hey Theory, you're being dumb. You're being stupid. You should probably go to bed. You should probably stop fucking around. You should probably do what you gotta do in order to live the life that you want to live. Because I'll tell you this: even after I started, I still was drifting. But first step is the audit, right? Like when you go to you know how they say in AA, the first step is awareness and what's it called? Being aware where you admit that you have a problem, whatever that shit is called. Anyways, so this is the foundation, right? So this is not the goal. A floor, right? We want to have our floor to be very high. So that's why we increase our standards. So this is not the goal. This is the floor. A minimum viable commitment that holds even when motivation is 0. So you want to have your standards because we do not fall. We do not we do not rise to the level of our goals, but we fall to the level of our standards. So our floor needs to be very high. That way, no matter what, we still do what's necessary every single day, regardless of how we feel. Because motivation is only temporary. Motivation is fleeting for us. Motivation is not sustainable. We must have our daily actions that we need to do. So standards installations, right? This is what we use when month 4. This is what I use when month 4 almost broke me, right? Month 4, I was getting into this business and all that stuff, and I'm like, bro, this shit sucks. Like, I'm not seeing nothing. Like, I don't think I'm ever gonna get to leave the country. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to move. I don't think I'm ever gonna leave this job. Well, I left the job immediately. I left the job freaking December, but I don't think anything is gonna ever flourish. But if you stay true to the cause and you have your daily non-negotiables, we'll get it done. All right. So number three. So we have your environment engineering, right? Your environment is voting on who you are every single day. So we engineered to vote for the new version, right? We change certain things that you would normally have in your environment. We remove some stuff, we add some stuff, so that way that it is most congruent to the new identity, right? For example, I love to scroll. And as you know, somebody who is on social media, I kind of have to have Instagram and all that good stuff. So in order for me to change my environment so that way I'm not scrolling all the time, like I actually focus to do my work, I found this little app called Opal. All right, I'm not sponsored by them, but I use Opal. It blocks it out whenever I need time. I just freaking take a little break. I go on the little app and I press take a break, and it takes a break, and then boom, I'm back to business. And it'll unblock it for 5 minutes or however long I need it. I did my work that I need to do, and I'm off of it, right? Because I'm fixing the environment. Because it's not just your physical environment, but your digital environment, right? What you see on a constant, what you see on a daily. Because understand that everything around you is have an effect on you, whether you realize it or not. So we engineer the environment that way it's most congruent with the life that you want to live, with the identity that you're trying to construct. Right? So next we have the proof-based execution. This is the longest phase, because this is where the identity actually changes, right? And this is between week 5 and 9, right? This is where it starts to change because in the beginning you're still the same, feel like the same you. You're like, you still blah 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 blah. But when you start doing this a long enough time, right? After about a month and a half, right? Like 6 weeks, right? That's when you start to be like, damn, I've been going to gym pretty consistently. I've been doing this pretty consistently. Like, this is just what I do, right? Because this is where your identity actually change. So not from the information, but from proof. Like I'm saying, from proof, like stat daily. So you imagine 6 weeks of doing the same thing over and over. 6 weeks of like there is a consistency is the biggest portion here, and that's why I'm here. Unfortunately, I didn't have myself to. I had myself, but I have no one else to hold my hand and make sure that I can really achieve the goals I'm trying to achieve. But consistency is the biggest part. Right? That's why I'm doing another 90 days when I got here to Medellin. This is day number 2. And look at this. Day number 2, I'm already giving this stuff out for you guys. But like, that's why I'm doing this. I'm making sure that I'm putting in the work right now because consistency is the key to all this. Consistency. And we reduce all the distractions, fix our environment. But let's get into it. So, the relapse shield, right? So, month 4 was my hardest month, right? Because I felt like nothing was going on. I almost quit. So, you'll have all the tools that I didn't have, right? So we build them in before you need them. So this relapse shield, because what happens is you want to kind of revert back to the old ways because it's comfortable. You kind of want to revert back to like hanging out or going out and party. And I'll tell you, it's very, very easy for you to go back and start to live exactly how you used to live because you're already used to it, right? You already have so much experience, fortitude in your mind where like it's comfortable, it's like convenient, or like you're not dying. So like just gonna go back. But I'm telling you, if you can pass that threshold and you can pass it and not go back, the joy and the beauty on the other side is so freaking fantastic. The joy and the beauty on the other side is so freaking beautiful. It's so beautiful. But you guys gonna experience it, right? You guys gonna experience it because if you made it this far in this video, you're gonna experience it. I'm hoping to bring you guys on board and get you guys started, but you guys are gonna experience this, okay? So next we have the identity integration, right? So by week 12, you won't be white knuckling discipline, right? You'll be a man whom these things are just what he does. Like I said, it's just what you do. Like this is how we move. This is how we operate, right? That's the difference between a program and identity shift, right? A program, you do the program and then you're done. And you go back to your program. You go back to your regular programming, right? But after this, it's going to be identity shift. So now, once you're done with the program, it's just who you are now. And that's the whole point. We're trying to make a permanent identity shift where it's like, who is this guy? And I'm like, it's the new me. I'm gonna show you guys not in this video, but the next video, I'm gonna show you guys a case study of someone I did this exact program with. So I did it myself, and obviously I did it with some other people. But I'm gonna show you guys some real life proof of like this stuff works. And I know it sounds a little woozy, bugazi, whatever the words might be, but this stuff works. But it's up to you if you want to apply it, right? So next, you get everything, right? So let me walk you through what's included. And I want you to notice that every component closes a specific gap, right? Nothing here is filtered. I want to make sure I took out all the fluff so you guys are not just doing garbage for no reason, right? So we have the 12-week shift system, right? This is the complete 6-phase operating system, your roadmap from day one. Then we have the nutrition blueprint, so we can get ourselves in the best shape physically possible. You can look good, feel good, do good. Then we have weekly one-on-one calls. Now, these weekly one-on-one calls is going to be with me. We're going to talk mindset, fitness, everything like that, everything going on in your life. We're going to make sure that you're popping. You're popping. You're doing good, baby, right? Then we have life design framework, which is for men who want more than a better body, the full location independence blueprint. Now that's something that's going to be later on. This is something that's going to be later on. So as we are towards the end, then we can figure out like what you want to do that's going to be able to get you that lifestyle independency or change your career and everything like that. So then we have the custom training program built around your body, your schedule, and equipment. We have the daily discipline tracker. Now this is going to be the very important proof because remember what we put in every single day is what we get out, right? Negative compounds, positive compounds. So we're gonna have the daily discipline tracker. So this is visual proof of consistency. Watch the new identity built in real time. Now, on top of that, we're gonna have the 24/7 accountability system, right? Daily check-ins and obstacle responses. You never white knuckle alone. I am here all the time. I mean, you're gonna have to message me on WhatsApp because remember I have the blocker on freaking Instagram. But you'll have my personal number. You'll have my personal number. You can message me on WhatsApp anytime. I'll be able to respond within the next, no less than 24 hours for sure. But I'm pretty good at responding, so don't worry about that. Then we have our private brotherhood. So this is men with same light, shared non-negotiables, no excuses. Like this thing is built for your success, and I wish I had something like this when I was doing this, right? But let's go. So not theory, this is document, right? So 6 month document on YouTube in real life. Best trip of my life at 27. I don't know. I should have fixed that. Right, 6 months of training at 5:30. And actually, I was at the gym at 5. And at that point, I was at 4:30. So I went 4:30, then went 5, and then went 5:30 because as you progress, you have different shifts in life. You got to kind of maneuver a little bit, right? I built online coaching from 0 followers to paying clients. I quit my 9 to 5, relocated to Medellin, and I'm learning Spanish. And right now, I'm B1 conversation fluency in progress. Sí, yo hablo español. Sí, la verdad. Okay, but like it's funny because you don't think this is possible until you witness it from somebody else. You're like, this guy did it. And I used to watch other people on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, he did it. And now look at this now. We did it. You see that? We did it. But you can do it too. And that's the beauty of it, right? So we're almost done. All right. So no excuse guarantee. So do the work, follow standards, show up to every call, submit your check-ins, execute with excuses. And if you do all that and don't make measurable document progress, I continue coaching you at zero additional cost until you do. No time limit, no after risk. Like this is like I'm going to work with you until we get your goals. Now most people are like, well, you didn't get the program, you didn't get what you need to get in 3 months. Bye. You only pay for 3 months. No, we are continuing until we get you to your goals. Now, keep in mind you have to put in the work because you have to put in the work. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather give you all your money back and you don't freaking and in case you don't like do all the work and stuff like that, I'd rather give you all the money back instead of like having to deal with somebody who actually doesn't want to change your life for the better. This has to be something that you're actually serious about, right? I don't work with everyone, right? This is why if you fill out the application below, I'm gonna put my application below. You fill out the application below. There's a lot of questions, and there's a lot of questions for a certain reason because I don't want to accept everyone because there are a lot of people who say they want to change but never actually change, right? And that's for you guys, right? But at the same time, we have actual people who genuinely want to change, but they just need a little bit of a push. They just need a little bit of a nudge, right? And if that's you, then apply below. But if it's not, don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. I don't have time for that. Because if you got this far, you obviously are interested in this. You obviously want to make a change in your life. You obviously want to change a change in everything we're talking about in this video. All right, so there's no risk to you, right? There's a no excuse guarantee. Do the work, follow the standards, show up every call, submit your check-ins, execute without excuse. And if you do all that and don't make measurable, documented progress, I will continue coaching you at zero additional cost. Even if you have to take me 6 months, we'll get you there. We'll get you there. That's how much I can guarantee this. If you follow my principles, you will get the results. I guarantee this. If you don't make measurable, documented progress, brother, brother, I got you. All right, so, but here we go. Then, this is not for you. Like I was saying, if you want to program without identity work, you're not willing to do daily check-ins. You need motivation to start, no system to sustain. You're not willing to be honest about where you are. Honesty is the biggest portion. Remember I was talking about the AA classes in the beginning, right? Awareness, what's it called? Acceptance of the freaking problems. You have problems. We all have problems, okay? Don't be acting like, oh, my life's fine. If your life was fine, you wouldn't be watching this video. Anyways, so, and then you want results without showing up for the process. Like, this is not a passive program. If you want someone to send you a plan and leave you alone, this isn't it. Like, we are trying to build a better community, better world, better people, better life, better people, better pizza, Papa John's. But we're trying to do something serious out here. We're actually trying to change lives. That's the goal of this all, to change lives. Now, if you're not really ready to change your life, then exit out this video. You don't have to move forward at all. Exit out. Exit out. It's okay. I won't judge you. I don't know you. But what I can say is that for the people who stay here and they actually apply and we get on the call, this might be the best investment you can ever do for yourself. Let's get into it. So applying, use the link, right? So I review every application personally. We'll have a real conversation. No pressure, no pitch. If it is a fit, we build. If not, I'll tell you that too. The only question is, are you the man who starts this week or the man who watches someone else do it first? But like always, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. The link for the application is down below. But like always, ciao.